Hi, it's time for some wire wrapping, and today our project is these wire wrap donut beads. So if you'd like to go ahead and learn how to make both of these along with some bales, stick around and I'll show you how. Let's get wrapping. For supplies, you'll need a piece of 20 gauge wire about 10 inches long, a donut bead, mine's about 40 millimeters in diameter. You could use one a little bit bigger or smaller, a pair of flush cutting pliers, a pair of pliers with narrow tips, a pair of bale making pliers, or something like an orange wood stick or even a pen. Now let's get started. Begin by bringing the tips of your wire together to find about the middle of your wire and squeeze it down a little bit. With either your bale making pliers or a pen, go ahead and squish this down, squeeze it down so there's like a little teardrop shape. Something like this. Now, if your teardrop shape is just a little off center, you can do the following. Just take your pliers and squeeze it down a little bit so you can gently move it as you need to. All right, now you'll go ahead and take your hands and just run it along the wire to straighten it out. Now decide which side of your bead you want as your front and your back, and on your back side you're going to take your wire and you're going to feed it down through the hole, and you're going to leave a little bit of the loop over. So from the front it's going to look like this. Now take one of your wires, either one, doesn't matter, and wrap it up towards the bead. Or up towards the bale. So wrap it like that, and then take the other side and do the same thing and just put it on the other side of what is going to be part of your bale. So it will look like this. Now go to the back of your donut bead and bend your wires down. Do it one at a time. Like this. From the back, take one of your wires and feed it through the hole in the donut, and then do the same thing for the other side. It will look something like this on the front. Now, if your wire is twisted or crumpled like this, just go ahead and take your finger and straighten it out a bit. Now, double check that your wires aren't crossed down here. So you want these outside wires laying on the outside of the inner wires. Now flip your donut again one more time and check on the back to see if you have anything like this that needs some straightening out. Here's a tip. You can use your pliers to go ahead and help you straighten out the wire. Still on the back, what you'll do is you will bend one of your wires, doesn't matter which one, and you will start looping it around the bale part. So start looping, and you're going to want to take your wire and make the loop smaller. So you'll have to work with it a little bit and get the wire just cinched down nice. When it looks something like this, you will take your flush cut pliers and with your flush cutting pliers, go ahead and snip it. Now use your finger to make sure that you don't have any pokey spots. And if you do, take your pliers and just try to either smash it down, mush, that's a technical term, or tuck it under, which is actually preferable. So as you might have guessed, we are going to do the same thing with the other wire. And once again, check for anything pokey. If you feel anything, just take your pliers and make sure that wire is nice and tucked in. So here's the back of your pendant, and here's the front of your donut bead. But I'm going to show you how to make a bale a little bit later in this video. Here's the first donut bead. Now let's go ahead and bling this up a little bit. For this next project, we'll need about the same as before, but with 2 additional items. You'll need some 26 gauge wire and some beads. 2 millimeters and 3 millimeters are about the right size. I've got my 20 gauge wire, and I've got some 26 gauge wire, and I cut about a 2-foot piece. You'll take your 26 gauge wire and you're going to coil it around the 20 gauge wire. And I'm doing it towards the end because it makes it easier to coil that way. So you're just wrapping around, and if it's easier, you can just twist your wire like this. Leave this little tail so it's easier to hang on to. You will continue coiling until you've got about 1 to 1.5 inches coiled. Now I've got about a little over 1 inch, between 1.5 inches coiled. I've got a long end, and here's my short end, and I need to go ahead and take this end off. This is the end that we started with. So what you will do is you will take your flush cutters and you will snip off as close as you can to that 20 gauge wire. So we've got this so far, and here's what we do next. We will take our coil and we'll slide it down to about the center, and then you'll take your 2 ends, bring it up again just like you did before, squeeze the wire together, keep this long end, like I said, do not cut it off. And when you get to this part, you're going to take your bail making pliers or your pen or whatever you're using, and you're going to start making your loop. And you push it together. If your coil is still a little too far apart, just take your pliers and squeeze them together until your coils meet. Now we'll start this pendant the same way. Pick your front and back of your stone, slide it down. Now keep this 26 gauge wire out to the back, and you are going to do the same thing that you did previously. You're going to go ahead and move the wires around front to back. If you need the refresher, go ahead and back to the first part of this video, and you will wrap them around and do the same thing that you did previously. And what you'll do now with your 26 gauge wire is you will go ahead and wrap it around once and make it nice and snug. Now be careful, this is 26 gauge wire and it will snap if you treat it too roughly. But get it nice and snug and then feed it through the loop. Be careful not to kink the wire as you feed it through. Now that you've got your wire coming out of the front, this is the time that we are going to start playing with beads. So get your beads and you're going to start stringing them on your wire. Now the number of beads you're going to need will depend on the size of your stone, how you wrap the bail, etc. I have used about 7 of the 3mm size, and I think 4 of the 2mm size. Now I did put 1 of the 3mm on the very end and then some 2mm, but you can string them any way you want. Now what I want to do is I want to move some of the beads to the back, just so I have it snugged up against the bail, and that will help protect a little bit the 26 gauge wire in the back. Now at this point it's much easier to work upside down. So here I've got my beads on, and I can see that I've got the beads going to about the V of the donut, or the wire rather. So I'm going to take my 26 gauge wire and feed it through. Now one thing you want to be careful of, and let me show you a close-up of this, is you want to make sure your 26 gauge wire lies flat between your 20 gauge wires. So you don't want them slipping around or crossing or anything like that. So you want it like this. And if I hold it and turn it right side up, it looks like this. Now I'm still kind of holding on to the beads on front because I don't want them to slip down. And here I need to make a decision of where I want to wrap this 26 gauge wire. I think it would be best to wrap it around this loop because there's a nice spot underneath. So I'm wrapping it down and around. And if you need to use your pliers at this point, feel free to. And you want to keep it snug. Again, you don't want it to be so loose that, that your beads fall through. But you also don't want it overly tight. And work with it until you've got it started to coil. And then you will take your wire and you'll coil it about 3 or 4 times to secure it. Now at this point, I've got my coil and I need to go ahead and clip this. You can see that my wire is coming from underneath. So I'm going to snip this as close to this wire as I can. If I need to snip it more, which I obviously do. For my extra fine work, I have a pair of Tronics flesh cutters, and it gets into little spots that others can't. And snip, snip, snip. There we go. It's all nipped off. And I'll still take my pliers and just make sure that everything is tucked in. So there we go. And here is the front. Doesn't that look nice and blingy? Now we still need to go ahead and make a bail for this, so we need to be able to, put it on a cord or something. So let's take a look at 2 different kinds of bails that you can use with these pendants. Before I show you how to do it, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, that would help more people like you find this channel. Thanks a whole lot, and now let's go ahead and make those bails. Now I've got a piece of 18 gauge wire, and it's about 4 to 5 inches long. You will put your pliers on it and bend it and try to do it about in the middle, although if it's not exactly even, it's okay. Then take your pliers and squish or squeeze the wires together. And let's get them a little closer. So about like this. Whoopsie daisy. Now take a pair of bail making pliers or your pen or whatever you're using and start your first wrap around. And you're going to wrap until your wire meets where you bent it, so it will end up looking like a P, like this. Then put your wire back in the bail and wrap it around until it looks something like this. Take your wire cutters, your flush cutters, and cut off a bunch of the tail so it looks something like this. Now before you close it, take your pendant and slip it on. Make sure that it's facing the right direction, so you want the hook end to be towards the back, and then close up each of the loops. You may have to do them one at a time, and that's okay. But once you've got the loops all closed up, there you go. This is your first bail. Now let's go ahead and see how to make the second bail. Now this time I'm using 20 gauge wire, and as you can see, we're doing the same thing that we did last time. We've got a squeezed or squished end, and then we've got the rest of it, and I'm just straightening it out a little bit, making sure the lines or the wires are parallel. For this next step, I really do suggest that you use a pair of bail making pliers or pen and not use anything like a round nose pliers because it's more difficult. But I'm using the bail making pliers and I am, bailing. So it's like this. Now I'm going to separate these wires. So separating. I'm going to wrap one along one edge of that wire, or the bendy part, and the other around the other side of it. So we are going to wrap like this, and as you can tell, I've got the wires kind of far apart. I don't have them right next to each other. And I'm doing this until I get to the part where that curve is at the end, the bend. Now I'm just holding this and I'm pulling these 2 wires together. Taking it off, it looks like this. Taking the bail making pliers and putting it so that it's situated like this. Wrapping the wire around the back. So now it looks like this. Take your wire cutters, your flush cutters, and make a cut right about even with the end of this part of the bail. Okay, let's try putting it on this time. Yay! That was not a success, was it? All right, so let's put it on so both wires go through the bail. And then we'll just take our pliers and cinch this up. And now you have a bail that kind of mirrors the look of your pendant. Okay, so here are the final two pendants in all their glory. This one is a very minimalistic and simple look. It's on a ball chain, and it's a great unisex look, I think. Well, what do you think? Do you think this is a great unisex look? Well, here's this one, and now here's the other one as well. So this one, you can really see that the V of the bail is really echoing the V of the wire wrapping. And with these beads, you can see that the ball chain almost looks like an extension of the beads. So I think this is a really cool look. And my question to you is, do you think you're going to try to make this one or maybe the other one or both? Leave a comment down below. Anyway, feel free to check out more of my videos. I got lots more for you to see, and I'd love to hang out with you. So meanwhile, this is Gail, Beaded Jewelry Diva, saying have yourself a great day and see you later. Bye.